咁我哋今日咧就想集中咧喺呢一個環節咧，就傾一傾關於多倫多新嘅政治。點解我哋話多倫多新嘅政治咧？主要就係我哋有個新嘅市長，而呢個新嘅市長 David Miller 咧，姚大偉呢個新嘅市長咧，佢亦都有好多新嘅所謂施政嘅方法嘅。咁其中包括咧就喺佢未曾正式喺度即係選出一啲議員嘅所謂嗰啲嘅委員會主席啊之前咧，佢已經廣泛咧係邀請咗好多唔同界別人士，包括我哋有3位中國人咧，都能夠入到去咧係俾意見佢叫呢個就係一個諮詢委員會。咁究竟呢個諮詢委員會係一個好事定係或者會係架床疊屋嘅嘢咧？我哋陣間會傾下。但係我哋可能開始嘅時候咧，都會集中傾一傾呢個報章上嘅討論最多嘅就係嗰個關於多倫多呢個中央島嘅嗰條橋啊，即係同呢個多倫多連接起上嚟呢條橋，究竟應唔應該取消咧？咁但係呢個問題咧就係非常之即係所謂有爭論性嘅。咁當然啦，最後嗰個結果就係嗰個投票通過咗咧，就係話取消呢條橋嗰個喺個協議裏邊嗰部分。咁但係呢樣嘢本身唔係代表件事完咗嘅喎，我哋嗰個波咧就拋翻上去即係聯邦政府啦。佢亦都有一個比較積極嘅回應，佢就話咧呢件事咧，佢哋會繼續呢個港口嘅負責嘅呢個 Port Authority 繼續磋商呢件事。但係呢件事本身咧，亦都引起我哋好大嘅爭論，就究竟呢件事如果係一件好事定係壞事咧，都係唔係一定話我哋今日可以見到嘅。今日我哋可以就呢啲問題，即係請阿方慧晶講講，你覺得呢條橋嗰個起同唔起，對多倫多個經濟或者係個市嘅發展有咩關係咧？
其實我覺得如果起條橋咧，對多倫多經濟其實個發展係好嘅，因為我哋都知道而家我哋只係得一個機場喺多倫多市嗰度，咁而好多即係上班嘅或者喺City Centre 度做嘢嘅人，如果佢哋要去機場嘅時候咧，其實要去好遠嘅一條路程。咁如果喺中央島嘅一個機場嘅時候，其實係方便咗佢哋好多時候去第二度開會嘅一個方面。咁亦都係隨住呢個中央島嘅機場發展嘅時候咧，其實個回賓亦都可能有機會相繼嘅發展嘅。咁所以對整個 downtown 嗰個嘅投資啊各方面，其實係有嗰個好處。
譚人哋呢個唔同嘅睇法咧，有啲人就覺得話中央島嘅機場咧用嘅人咧唔係多，但係咧就喺個湖濱裏邊咧，其他嗰啲即係有好多啲即係多層嘅大廈啊，甚至我哋需要好多公共設施啊。咁如果假如咧有啲飛機飛嚟飛去咁係，其實係好事定壞事㗎？
而家嗰個新嗰個市政府咧，佢哋啱啱琴日前日通過嗰個議案咧，其實就係話要同呢個聯邦政府同埋 Port Authority 咧要傾下點樣將佢哋即係前任個政府嗰度嗰個議案咧係講去修改咁，因為佢哋都要好小心，唔可以話即刻話取消條橋。佢哋雖然話係橋係唔贊成，即係大多數唔贊成，但係咧其實佢哋冇話反對個機場㗎都。咁即係問題在咧，機場都喺度好耐。咁點解機場一路都搞唔好咧？個冇乜生意咧，要蝕錢咧。咁咧喺呢方面咧就可以值得研究下嘅。咁如果而家唔起到橋，應該有其他地方可以將個機場嘅服務改善㗎。如果你服務改善得好嘅時候，譬如話你而家嗰啲，因為而家要靠搭船過海咁過個湖過去咁啊，你嗰個可能嗰個船嗰個服務嗰度可以改善咧，或者啲船係啦，啲船可以又改善下啦。
諗到嘅就係可以令到大圍同埋其他人咧，即係佢雖然但係本身都話唔係發力機場，都唔係想機場出單，但係佢就唔想個機場咧就係咧發展得太活嘅時候咧，又可以有噴射機啊咁樣。即係如果我諗啲做生意嘅時候就會咁諗㗎啦，因為
但係我諗喺個中央島嗰個嘅範圍，咁好難有即係啲大嘅飛機可以上。
佢哋而家係希望係咁樣做。
咁但係你即係一啲小型嘅機，一啲 regional 嘅飛機嘅時候咧，咁我諗上落就有可能。
當然啦，如果佢話作為一個飛機公司嚟講，佢梗係如果你能夠條橋咧，佢可以喺10幾分鐘就做到嘅嘢，唔需要話用多半個鐘頭就可以有啲人就會用。我哋啲朋友都話，如果佢譬如有需要去美國地方開會咧，咁佢哋有時都唔想咧去到即係呢個Pearson，佢有第二個選擇咁樣。咁所以呢個亦都係對個航空公司咧方面一定會有好處嘅。 但問題就係話，我哋從一個比較純粹從一個 planning 角度，一個所謂城市規劃角度咧，根據袁大偉佢哋講法咧，就話呢個分嗰個發展計劃咧係一個千載難機會嚟嘅。咁佢拖咗好耐啦，即係頭先話佢發展唔到，唔係完全係冇計劃我哋就唔做喎。咁如果有個咁好嘅時間去做咧，如果因為嗰個機場嘅發展咧，呢樣嘢本身咧可能有啲唔夠嘅結果，就係咁樣嘢咧係唔合適。咁所以咁係咪應該要擺低嗰個機場嗰件事，然後集中去發展個分佈機場？
而家即係亦都係咁啊！我諗David Miller 係可以有咁多市民支持佢咧，因為佢提出嚟咧唔係淨係橋咁簡單啦，其實亦都係話咧多倫多咧應該係市民咧唔需要樣都係要揸車揸到去嗰邊即係成個即係象徵式嚟講啦嚇就係覺得咧呢個島咧就唔應該發展得咁交關，應該係咧唔會話淨係就譬如就生意啊，或者係飛機公司啊，或者其他嘅即係地產嘅發展啊嗰度嚟諗，而係話咧普通市民可以好平凡咁，唔係咁野心去發展啲嘢咁樣樣，喺嗰度有好多市民同意咁嘅睇法。因為咧
最近一個嘅 survey 做咗出嚟話，其實關心即係嗰個中央島嗰個機場嘅事情好多人。咁所以其實可能係一個好少數嘅人，佢哋十分之關心。咁但係咧就可能因為咁樣咧，其實亦都有對多倫多整體嗰個經濟有機會繼續去改善。
我哋知道咧就選舉咧就係選咗好多啲議員出嚟咧，佢就代表啲市民咧係喺啲好難決定嘅啲議案咧，或者呢啲難題咧，佢都叫投票嘅。咁今次咧，我哋呢個袁大偉咧係成個即係呢個市議會咧係大比數通過咧，係將呢件事咧有個咁嘅所謂解決嘅方法啦，就話咧希望咧就三方咧再睇過，即係尤其是咧就係即係話俾聯邦政府聽，我哋而家呢個市議會咧係唔贊成嘅權威喺呢個計劃入邊嘅咁樣。咁如果做咗呢樣嘢出嚟嘅時候咧，其實已經可以話代表咗啲民意㗎啦。咁而家再爭論落去話究竟嗰44%嘅票咧係咪代表即係支持佢嘅意見？但係唔確定，另外可能加埋咧多過40幾個%嘅人咧，可能我哋都唔知道佢投票嘅意向喎。佢投票嘅意向只係話支持某一個議員，佢冇話我支持佢，因為佢嗰個即係喺度票嗰個態度。
唔係好多議員佢哋競選嗰時候都有講明㗎，佢對嗰條係反對或贊成講得好清楚嘅，好多大部分都有選態嘅。
冇錯。但係
啲問題咁，而家嚟講咧，已經決定咗啦。咁唔理反對又好，贊成都好啦。其實個多倫多市有咁多問題喺度，你又有財政嘅問題，有好大嘅赤字，又有咁多其他，譬如呢個青年嘅問題啊、房屋嘅問題啊、homelessness嘅問題啊。冚唪唥都要解決嘅，咁即係睇下告咗一段落算啦。而家其實佢哋唔知幾多嘢做。
我哋亦都係咁諗，即係話如果呢個問題咧一開始嘅時候咧，大家可能都好識做啦。即係話呢個問題首先係用最快方法咧係解埋邊先。咁如果打官司啊，其他啲即係法律問題咧，可以慢慢一路繼續做，但係佢可以專心咧做好啲嗰個市政嘅事情。我就想問下 Sandra 啦，而家今次咧佢呢個大偉咧就喺開會嘅時候咧，之前咧佢有一個叫做諮詢委員會，佢即係請好多喺平時關心嘅社會事務嘅，包括我哋啲華人嘅譬如黃依家醫生啊等等，咁佢都請佢哋嚟咧，俾佢哋意見，認為咧我哋個議會裏邊咧應該注重咩問題係最需要解決啊咁啊，係有咩問題咧？我哋以前係忽略咗，而家呢個新議會應該做嘅。你覺得一個咁嘅即係諮詢委員會喺一個議會裏邊以外邊仲有個諮詢委員會係好事定係壞事？
我都覺得幾好好事嘅，因為好多時一個人咧冇有多啲意見由其他啲人嘅啲意見一齊put together 咧會好好多，因為有陣時咧你淨係有一方面個嘅意見，但係你唔知人哋第啲，同埋我哋喺我往事嗰度咧。好多都係意大利嚟，喺我多數我啲朋友咧，即係喺個公安 council 咧，都係意大利人。咁我係第一個中國人喺呢個往事嗰度 代表咧，咁就變咗佢哋好多時佢話佢唔係咧，佢即係好多時話我係for成個 community 嘅成個 city， 但係點樣講法咧？我諗佢多數都係幫多啲意大利人多過，就同埋熟悉啲意大利嘅啲人嗰啲問題啲 issues 咁去到如果你中國人咧，佢唔會咁懂我哋中國人啲issues或者啲問題嘅，所以我覺得咧，如果應該咧，如果可以嘅話，我知我哋bond 嗰度咧就未有㗎咁樣嘅。
我想問你，譬如你呢度有兩個問題，第一個就係旺市嘅市長會唔會參考大位市長嘅做法，有一個咁嘅新嘅，即係話喺外邊咧諮詢多啲意見。但係講翻你自己本人咧，你亦都會唔會想有一個你嘅諮詢委員會喺外邊咧，係幫你去提意見，而令你咧將啲意見咧帶入個議會度？
個市長咧，我講一講個黃方個市長，我就諗佢多數都唔會有呢個，佢做咗都有年幾㗎啦，after 前嗰個黃市嗰個市長過咗身啦，佢就 appoint 佢去嗰度，佢都做咗成年半嘅，但佢都唔係咁 open to public views 嘅，佢都係會跟佢自己有佢自己嗰幾個朋友會跟嗰個 council 嗰度，佢哋 make deals 咁嗰啲嘢，which 我就唔
即係你唔贊成太少人去決定個 council 嘅嘢。
我自己如果我有個 choice 咧，我就 definitely would like 一個 committee 可以有唔同嘅人。係啦，因為你有老人，你有個後生，你有唔
同睇法嘅人，
係咯，啱啦。咁我就覺得咁樣先可以真係look after你成個 community， 唔係淨係一個唔係一方面，唔係一個 focus 嘅，你可以度嘅人都知道有啲咩問題。因為我覺得好多時我都唔知道，我或者識得嘅啲中國人嗰啲 issues， 我或者唔識得嘅嗰啲Muslim 啲嘅 issues 或者啲 Indian 嗰啲有啲咩 issues， 但係如果你有多啲人俾意見你咧，可以我唔係話佢實係話佢啲意見實係得定唔得，或者啱定唔啱，但係翻佢可以俾我哋意見，我哋可以咁 take it all in 咧，然後先再discuss 睇下。啱唔啱？就佢講嗰啲嘢啱唔啱？應唔應該就 follow through 咁我。
你可唔可以或者你自己考慮下？你都有一個好似智囊咁樣，有啲人俾意見你，然後你可以加入到呢度咧。
都得嘅，得。我可以即係 outside 嘅有啲人，即係如果即係 for example 你個 group 嚟嘅approach 我問我你有個意見，你想我咩？咁我如果覺得係啱嘅我哋呢個 city 咧，即係嗰個 the right direction， 我哋嘅 vision 咧，咁我都會去提議俾我哋 the rest of 嗰啲 council member， 咁佢哋可以點？
其實有好多唔同嘅城市咧，都有committee on race relations，係咪？好似 Toronto 又有啦，我知道York Region 都有。係啦，你哋有冇咧？
我哋 City of Ontario 都有幾個 committee 係 bond 嘅 committee， 一個就係 community relations 咧，一個就係 arts and culture 啦，咁有個係youth vandalism，
呢啲差唔多係顧問咁樣。
係啦。
我想問下你哋覺得即係而家嗰個胡大維呢個做法咧，係同以前有啲唔同啦，佢比較人咁或者多啲聽意見，佢用個字又 inclusive 啊 ，STEM 意見都有啦。咁但係呢個咁嘅長時間如果繼續運作咧，係開完會繼續開會，然後先至有個機會入到去嗰個議會討論。其實呢樣嘢好重要嘅。
照我所知咧，呢個小組嘅委員會可能係唔係話咁長期性嘅，因為咧佢一贏咗之後咧，就即刻 set up 咗咁嘅小組委員會嚇。咁其實你好多個 嗰個呢個多倫多市政府入邊已經有好多建立咗嘅唔同嘅小組委員會㗎啦。咁即係話到佢哋而家咪啲 chair 已經選緊出嚟咯。咁我諗佢到時咧遲啲就會重新要考慮下點樣又做到即係做到嘢。
我哋都覺得，如果假如一個委員會咧，如果佢係能夠長時間咁樣講咧，有個唔好嘅地方咧，就係佢可能會架床疊屋，即係話你已經有一個由市民選出嚟嘅市議會啦，咁外邊仲需唔需要有一個咁嘅即係外邊嘅委員會咧？咁假如係一個即係開始嘅時候咧，即多聽唔同意見，然後咧就將啲重要嘅題目咧就擺入嗰個議會度，然後大家可以參考啲意見咧，嚟到其他嘅委員會亦都可以做一樣嘢咧，我相信好事。今日我哋嗰個時間到呢個為止咧，就好多謝大家，亦多謝各位嘉賓。咁我哋下一節咧，我哋亦都有個新嘅環節咧，係會討論我。Hi, welcome to TorontoTV. My name is Thomas Mann. Here we are going to have a session on the Canadian politics. We'll concentrate on the provincial government, and we are here very glad to have Mr. Racco, the newly elected MPP to the Ontario Legislature, and here we have Husen Tam, a very prominent activist in the province, and Eric Fong, who is the professor and very interested and very versatile on all the politics, in particular the provincial politics. Let me start with you, Mr. Racco. We understand that for the provincial government elected by the majority of the voters, we seem to have a lot of beautiful promises from Mr. McGuinty. It seems that now many of these promises cannot be kept because of money. Are you worried about whether you have inherited a bad fiscal management of the previous government, and then you don't have sufficient money to meet all your promises in the campaign?
Unfortunately, I am worried because we know that we have a $5.6 billion deficit, which was not expected. In fact, we had a 6.6 billion. The other billion, which is not in the equation, is an amount which usually we put into reserves. And in this case, we are not. That's why you got a 5.6 billion. I believe that major deficit will prevent us from implementing our policies today. But within the 4 years mandate that we have for 5 years, we will be able to implement everything that we did promise. Mr. McGuinty did make a promise, and we intend to honor. If we do not honor those promises, then we're going to be in trouble, and we don't want to be in trouble. We want to make sure that when we go back to the people 4 or 5 years from now, that the people will be happy to vote us in again. And one way is by doing what we said we were going to do.
So you are saying that you are now having a larger deficit than you expected. And some people are saying that more and more information are coming out, then you have even a larger and larger deficit. How can you keep all the promises?
Well, again, we are going to balance the books, and hopefully within a year or so we will be able to, and at that time we will be able to put the funds as we did promise into the system. Now, let's be clear. We already yesterday we did put some money into education. For instance, people like you and I that have kids, from another country that come to Canada, if there is some challenges because of the language, we have provided significant dollars, $112 million, I believe. That was just yesterday. In fact, that's part of our promises. So we are maintaining some of the promises in that area. And surely, this is only a starting point. We are going to address the most important issues, and then slowly, we're going to respond to every one of the issues that we said that we were going to.
But my problem, though, is right up to the election, and even though I think not just the opposition parties, but there were a number of highly regarded people in the financial sector were warning about all the deficits that will come, and yet Mr. McGuinty just kept making all the promises until the very, very end. So that's my problem, right? And that whole issue around the deficit was well known. And I think that even Mr. Jerry Phillips himself, a very well-regarded MPP, kept a very good record of the deficits of the Tory government. So the question is really, how much did Mr. Mabuti and everybody in your government actually at that time knew about the deficit all along and yet kept making all the promises?
I'll be happy to answer to you. First of all, it's public knowledge that we were talking about a $1.7 to $1.9 billion deficit. So you're right when you say that we knew about the deficit. We knew about less than $2 billion. The reality is that it's 5.6 billion or 6.6 billion, as you want to call it, plus potentially more. So if you argue that we knew about the $2 billion or so, I would agree with you. But anything above that number, we didn't. That's a matter of public record. That's number one. Number two, you suggested that we keep on making promises. That's not correct. We made the promises at the beginning. We never added additional promises to the campaign. We had the booklets, as you know, there were about 7 of them, where we had all the issues spelled out. We kept on talking about those promises. Who was making promise was the Tory leader. They kept on making promises at the last meeting. And what we were saying to them is, you can't pay the bills. You can't, and therefore, there could be some misunderstanding there. But our promises were made prior to the call of the election, were in black and white. We still have the books available. And at the end of the day, when the infamous budget was presented at the Machina factory, at that time, we were told that there would be $1.3 to $1.7 billion, depending who you were talking to. So we were prepared to see something under $2 billion. We were prepared for that, but not above the figure. And right now, as you well know, we're talking at least to a $5.6 billion. So let's balance the books, and then we will certainly maintain, or we will allocate the funding to everything that we said we did. But again, as of yesterday, as of Thursday, we did allocate $112 million only for education to deal with children which have some challenges, either because of new immigrants or because of poverty within the family or because of the single parents who may need additional attention for other reasons. So we are moving in the right direction.
No, on that actually it's very good. I mean, because especially Gerard Kennedy made it very clear that he understands all the problems faced by all the urban school boards, and that's where most of the money is going to go to. Except it's going to, because earlier there was a report, remember, there was a report done by Professor Rosansky, and he outlined tons of stuff that needed to be reestablished, and this little amount of money is just barely the beginning of addressing all the issues.
I was elected 2 months ago. He took office about a month ago. You don't build a city in a day or in a month or even 2 months. Allow us the opportunity to do. We didn't say we were going to give $1.6 billion in education the day after we were elected. What we said is that in our mandate, we're going to move up our contribution to the education system by $1.6 billion because we felt that was the dollar amount that was needed. So we are starting moving that direction. I think in fairness to the system, I think you should be pleased, as you indicated you were pleased, that we are moving into the right direction. But we cannot give a blank check to everything within the months of 2. We need a year, we need to allocate, instead of, should I say, $1 in one area, we will allocate 20 cents on each area. So we can cover as many areas as possible with the starting amount. And as our prosperity improves, then we will allocate the amount that we said we will. And again, if we don't do that, then surely the community will have an opportunity to penalize us when there's an election. And we don't intend to be penalized. We intend to win again if we choose to run.
So given the deficit, we know that some of the promises you said that is going to be delayed, and some promises now you are executing. So my question is, how are you going to set the priorities? Especially, say, for example, education requires a lot of resources, healthcare requires a lot of resources, community safety requires a lot of resources. So how do you set those priorities?
Well, I think with people like you, we are going to talk to people as we have done in the past. We identify the problem. Again, we did identify the problem. What we're going to do, we're going to keep on talking to make sure that what is the most required at the time, that we do respond to it. Again, in education, we know we need lots of money in education, not only to get our students at the level they should be, but it is also an economic prosperity. Everybody knows that if you and I get higher education, we make more money. If we make more money, we pay more taxes. And our advantage, economically speaking, with other provinces, with other countries in the world, is going to be a better one. So it's in our best interest to educate you and I better. It's strictly economics, in addition to being socially, it's also economics.
So say, for example, why education but not healthcare?
Well, what we're going to do, we're going to give some to education, some to healthcare. The question is, if we have $1, we're going to give 50-50 or 40-60. That's the really challenge that we're going to be facing. Again, before we actually allocate all those funds, we're going to speak with experts. Now, we do have some degree of experts within caucus, of course, education. You mentioned Joe Kennedy. I agree, he's quite knowledgeable. And also, the education system. I admire and appreciate him. So we have an area where we have enough knowledge. We can get more, of course, and we know which priority to give. But we must take care of everybody. We can't just say, let's give all the money to education, or let's give all the money to health. We have to give enough to every area to move into the right direction. And as we move into the right direction, we will increase the allocation of funds as we can afford. I'm one of those who believe that you can balance the books before you start buying expensive cars.
Mr. Recco, I understand that a lot of people, particularly those people in, say, Richmond Hill and other areas, they vote for the Liberal candidates because they know that the Liberal Party agrees to stop the marine development, the ice marine development. And now, after Mr. McGlinchey becomes the Prime Minister, he understands that there are lots of unsurmountable legal hurdles. So his promise cannot be kept. How can you guarantee that when the other promises to be broken,
well,
will this
I must correct you. I must correct you into points that you made. First of all, Richmond Hill didn't vote for us. The NPP is not a Liberal. So, yes, we got some votes, but we didn't win that right.
That's
for
an example, because some people know that they vote for you because that was in the platform.
And unfortunately, that's one of the writing that we didn't win. It's unfortunate. But having said that, we're going to do our job no matter what. We're going to do what's right. Yeah, that's number one. Number two, we did respond to the Oak Ridge Marine. We decreased the number of houses by 15%. Now, surely the community wanted 100% elimination. That's what I want too, by the way. That's what I want. But there is a problem with the minister, not when I, but the minister. Discussed the matter with the legal advisors. Their advice, their professional advice, was that we can't. And the question then becomes, are we going to say we don't care what the professionals say, we are going to stop the construction and then get a few $1 billion legal suit, whatever the number is, it could be $100 million, it could be a few $1 billion, or are we going to make a deal, which is a better deal than the Tories have done for the people of Richmond Hill or Oak Ridge or of Ontario? Because after all, what's happening with Richmond Hill is going to affect the greater Toronto area, not just Richmond Hill. So there's no question that there's friends of mine out there who are not satisfied with what we did. But at the same time, there's many people who said we got a better deal because the Liberal Party is in power. But at the end of the day, all of us know, we are big enough to know that no matter what we want to do in life, we cannot do everything that we want all the time. There's other people.
Is so far a happy solution, or are the constituents are still sort of unable to accept the kind of a half compromise?
Well, there's no question that there's many people who are not happy, but there's also people who are happy because they are saying we improved the system. That's number one. Number two, some people are telling me, but you know what? If the Tories were here, they were going to even allow more housing. So, you know, at least you came in, you said no, that plus take 15%, and plus we allocated all that extra land that was not will not be developed into a park. So we have created a larger park. So we have done a number of things, but again, I mean, we are grown up. How many things do we want to do in life? And at the end of the day, we compromise because we can't. You know, everybody wants to drive a Ferrari. I don't drive a Ferrari, but there is many people who want to. We must compromise in life. But what's important though is that we did move in the direction that we said to the people that we were going to.
But it's being a government though of one of the most largest and most important provinces in Canada. and also with the way the election went, because it was a fiercely fought election. So the Liberal Party did make a lot of promises in order to gain the voters' confidence, right? So of course the expectation is high, very high. So it should be. So in a sense, it depends on. So the challenges are many facing the government. So actually, in comparison, maybe the whole issue around education compared to say what's happening in the electricity issue, maybe it's easier for you to deal with. Maybe small people will be a little bit happier when you give out $100 million, right? But now with the electricity, just today the big news is you fired all 3 top executives of Ontario Power Generation.
Why we fired them? They didn't perform. They didn't do what they were.
Oh, I'm not defending them.
And do you know what salary they were making a year? I mean, all of us together multiplied by 3, 4, 5 times. This is the type of nonsense that was happening under the Tories regime, and we are going to change that. We said that we will. We are doing right now. I mean, firing the 3 top employees of the company. Well, that's true. Now, of course, we're going to get into some legal liability, and that's why we got to be very careful that when we make a decision, not only we try to honor what we said that we intended to do, not what we said that we will do, because you don't know what you can do until you see the actual legal papers. Remember, the 407 legal paper were never given to us. Jerry Phillips, that you made reference to, a great gentleman and a good MPP, and a minister, he has been asking for those papers for over 4 years. And he never got all. He got lots of paper, but not all. And until we read those 2,000 pages or whatever the number of pages are, we couldn't decide properly what we could do. And when the lawyers tell us, you don't go that route because it's not in the best interest of Ontarians, then if we would go that route, in fact, we wouldn't be doing our job. And I know that some people will not be happy. I understand that. Not even I am happy. You think I'm happy about the 407 or Chris Moraine? I'm not. But we must do the best that we can do. To suggest that we do more than that, it's just misleading, and I can't.
So thank you very much, Mr. Reclo. The time is up, and we hope that the Liberal Party will continue to serve in the best interest of the province, and we hope that the honeymoon is not yet over. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Mr. Reclo. Thank you for watching Toronto TV. My name is Thomas Mann, and today we are talking about the politics of Canada. We start with the federal level, and the hottest topic tonight will be the merger of the conservative forces. Thank you, Mr. Eric Wen, who is the chairman of the riding at Mississauga of the PC party. And here we have Eric Fong and Hussein Tang will join the discussion about this very hot issue. Mr. Wen, we know that the forces joining together of the 2 important parties, the PC and the Reform, or now the Alliance, will be more or less something almost a foregone conclusion. There will be a new party soon. Do you think that this is in the long term, is something very good for the Ontario voters, or very good for the PC party in Ontario, as you are one of the important players?
Oh, thank you. Actually, the way I look at it is, as one of the yes camp, we go for the merger, and the whole point is we notice that the Liberal is in there for 3 terms already, and we all know that why they are 3 terms. And that's why we discuss a lot. I mean, the party leaders and inside the party, we discuss it all the time. So finally, now is the time we merger in order to farm Canada. That's the whole point.
I think that many people may agree with you that if they calculate the number of votes combined together by the 2 parties, they're coming up to about 30-something%. But the number of seats they have in the parliament is actually much less. So if they think that the 2 parties can join forces, it would be something very idealistic. But the point is the two parties are not the same. They may agree with things like economics, the relationship with America, but they disagree on some very fundamental things like their attitudes to, say, for example, gay marriage, their attitude on abortion. So it's very difficult for these two parties to get a happy marriage. Do you agree?
The way I look at that actually is, you mentioned the point, I'm fully aware of that, but actually the problem is that no party will have the identical, everybody have their different way of thinking, okay, and also party different platform. And actually, they say alliance is way different than the PC. This is what I not really agree. Originally, 1988, they all split from the Maroney's government. At that time, one party split to three at the same time with a party block one. And actually, they are all from the PC party, and they share the same basic principles. But that time, actually, because they're not happy with Brian Mulroney. That's why they say Brian Mulroney is not really taking care of the West. So they have this party start. And Quebec people thinking that Mulroney is not taking care of Quebec. That's why they split. After there's 3 terms elections of the general elections with Liberal, they took over. They are in the government. So we realize now we have to work together. Although there's a policy-wise not really fundamentally different. There are some differences there, but not really fundamental because they are all originally we are the same party.
Tim, do you think that Eric, do you think that they will get a very smooth ride to get what they want?
Maybe the insider may think that it's very much similar, but I guess as an average voter, the two parties have different images. So when it merges, of course, I think it will affect how people see the newly merged party. So again, it may affect how the voters see the new party.
What I say is voters want to know, do we have an alternative than the Liberal? From the last 3 elections, we know that they vote for the Liberal because they think the Liberal will govern, and the CA, they know they cannot have to form the government. We know that. That's why they say might as well we let Liberal continue. That's what happened for the last 3 general elections.
But the voter, though, in a sense, in the voter's mind, hardly I agree with what Eric said. This Eric, Eric Fong, that over the years, especially during the time of Stockwell Day, the way he kind of projected the image of the alliance, and now with Harper too, I think the new combined party is going to be more dominated by the alliance. And that's going to be the dominant kind of image that people will get. Now, in terms of the voters, though, I'm sure you also saw the new poll numbers. There is a good alternative, and that is the NDP. So I would like to think that this movement actually will benefit. I mean, I would say the same thing. I agree. I mean, the Liberals have been sitting there for far too long, and people should look at the alternatives very carefully. And right now, I think it's a very good time for people to look at the NDP, especially with the new leader, Jack Layton, who can communicate beautifully in 2 languages for the very first time. So even people in Quebec may be interested in knowing about what kind of alternative the NDP is able to present.
I think Tam has made a very good point, because when you look at the poll just recently published, the number 1 popular party, of course, is the Liberal, and the second one is the NDP. And you know that the NDP party is always regarded as behind the 2 parties as you are now trying to combine. And even with these 2 parties, the PC and the Alliance, the combined popularity is only 20% something. It's far less than a few years ago when you have the number of votes, for example, in Ontario. So people are wondering whether when the two parties are combined, the alliance will be over-dominant over the PC, and then your really good thing about the progressive element will be taken away. It's better for the progressive element given to the NDP because they have already NDP party, the P can be progressive. So you are even losing further.
I see your point. Obviously, she mentioned that the NDP party, yes, you do have a good leader. I have no question about that. And he's from Ontario, so you.
So the voters have an alternative.
Most likely, they do have the choice there. No question about that. But looking for the whole history of Canada, where's NDP in the government? We see that in Canada, actually, more and more going to the two-party system. Although the NDP, as I say, I have no problem with the leaders, but in Canada, they prefer to see the two-party system, and the polls is up down. We all know that. And even the last 10 days for the general elections, Canada, that people changing that. Actually nowadays we know the media told us what to vote. So it's very strange what that happened. And so to the media, they really want to see the alternative. So we have one alternative there. And now we have this PC and Alliance. We are working towards that goal.
But it's very important to keep the real character of a party, just like your leader, Joe Clark, who said that if they're going to change the nature and the characteristic of a party, then it's no longer the PC party. The PC party will be eaten up by the alliance. And can you envisage who will be the leader in the future? Most people will think that Harper will be definitely the forerunner.
At this moment, actually, what you say is true. Harper is a front runner. We have no problem with. I mean, that's what happened. And but in the meantime, they are under they have certain group of people there. They are trying to persuade other candidates, which they're not promised yet. So they all want to wait till our party voting tomorrow.
The future of the party or the future of the future party depends on Ontario. Ontario is the crucible for the votes.
Yes.
Are you convinced that in future there will be a leader from Ontario?
Possible at this moment, but most likely the person working from the West.
In the West.
Most likely.
As a transition, or in the future, you still expect people in the West will still regard the new party as a party of the West, and they can never have any sort of inroad into Ontario, and you never become the governing party.
Not necessarily. Although the Ontario people, they have more like nearly one third of the seat. We know that, and but we have a lot of this in Ontario. Our voters are really moderate people, and they always see whether they always vote for the winners. So if the future of our new party shows that we know how to as a government, then people will vote for us. Especially the West, they think that we from the East always neglect that, especially when we people say the majority of the MPs from PC, from the Ontario and Quebec. Every time when West people heard that, they're not happy with that. We all know that. So we sometimes we have to take care of their interests from the West.
But at the same time, the new Conservative Party, the leader, if there's a possibility from the West, then people from the East will perceive that, well, our interests may not be taken care of.
Understood. And that's why, But what happens is the alliance is really strong. They have a strong base on the West because they're more concerned with what the West interests. This is the reality, and we have to face that. And but in the new party, we are actually as one of the minority people here, and we do have the starting discussions with alliance people. Actually, yesterday morning we have 7 o'clock meeting at the airport, and we discussed that already, and we're going to have a process and to make sure the new party aware of the minority, especially Chinese, South Asians, Black, the interest, they were taking care of that. I don't think I should mention the name of the MP from the alliance, but later you will know who is the person we start talking already.
Will the future party take into consideration more of the political aspirations of the Chinese ethnic people? So in future, are you expecting some people who can really have sufficient caliber to be appointed to run for the future election among the Chinese community?
Actually, we start talking about that too. We try to solicit all these the Chinese who they have a quality and involved in the politics. We want them to come up and involved in the politics. And we also mentioned to our party leader, which is Peter McKay, and make sure that they support our idea to have the Chinese candidate. And at the same time, we also ask alliance with alliance. Actually, they do have a committee for they call the reach out committee, and organized by this ethnic groups. One is Philip Bell, and the other one is Children.
And do you think there's time though? I mean, the expectation is that Martin, once he forms the government, he's going to be calling an election in like April. You're going to have time to do all this?
Actually, that's why we are working on that one now, and we're going to implement a policy, and we're going to form an ethnic groups, what they call it, policy seminars that to give them our policy for from the ethnic point of view.
So with this optimistic note, we have to end the discussion. Thank you very much, Eric Chen, Eric Wen, and Eric Fong, and Tam. We hope that more people will be interested in Canadian politics, particularly